Yes, family. Greetings again, love and light energies. Give thanks to life, give thanks to the source. Yeah, man, so today we are touch local astrology, yes, cause that are the main thing we did love really to talk about. All the other topics, them are just really, say me have to mention them based upon the facts and me see them. But everything will come in a perspective. Even this video me are doing now, it'll be about our family. Me not make it past an hour or near an hour. But me make sure I tell you from now, more to take the time out to take it in. I'm going to try to share some important information, right? Where even this religion thing, it going to help you solve it. You understand? Even some little mythology and superstitious things, this little video in a sense, I going to help if you kind of solve it. So we are reason about the Milky Way. Kind of like a touch upon the universe, come down to Earth, see me, but I reason about the Milky Way galaxy and the surroundings. Seeing? So with the O what are there, I think about this, so one little dot within the O, see, and we're not even the size of the O. Would that be where our solar system there? Because what them say about the Milky Way, we have between 100 to 400 billion stars. Not all of them are sun, not all of them are suns, but different types of stars. So the Milky Way is a galaxy that contains our solar system. The descriptive Milky, the term, right, is derived from the appearance from Earth of the galaxy, which is a band of light seen in the night sky. So just imagine a glass of milk throw upon a black rug, you know? And so now the Milky Way they look in the night sky, why them get that name there, right? In the night sky formed from stars that cannot be individually distinguished by the naked eye. Again, why them get the terminology Milky. So the term Milky Way is a translation of the Latin Via Lactea from the Greek Kukos, or Galaxia Skilios, right? Milky. So as I say, why it look like that is because a whole heap of stars were really closely bound together. So from Earth, the Milky Way appears a band because its disc-shaped structure is viewed from within. Galileo Galilei first resolved the band of light into individual stars with his telescope in 1610. Right? So, as I said at first, it does look like this big band of light in the night sky, as I say, milk show up on a black carpet. And I say is when in a 1610, Galileo found out that it was just individual stars. So even from 1610 up till early 1920s, most astronomers thought that the Milky Way contained all the stars in the universe. So even when Galileo find out, say, okay, it's not just this big one light, it's really individual stars, but them closely together, and the distance and everything, them did still feel that all them the stars, but them as was the only stars. So it was not until this great debate now between astronomers Arlo Shapley and Herbert Curtis and observations by Edwin Hubble show that the Milky Way is just one of the many galaxies. Right? So as I'm saying, up till from 1600 up till 1920, them the things that all them stars over them did I see was all the stars in the universe until this vibration had go on this debate. And Hubble, famous film Hubble telescope. So them find out say there are different individual stars within that was vastness there. So them talk about the Milky Way now is a spiral galaxy with a diameter between 100,000 to 180,000 light years. Right? It is estimated to contain 100,000 to 400 billion stars. And there are probably at least 100 billion planets in the Milky Way. Alright. The exact figure depends on the number of very low mass stars, which are hard to detect, especially at distances of more than 300 light years from the sun. So, look on that, 100 billion planets. So as I say, even though them say 100 billion to 400 billion stars, in them estimation, 100 billion planets, wow. So the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are a binary system of giant spiral galaxies. Listen, belonging to a group of 50 closely bound galaxies known as the local group and is surrounded by a local void. Itself being part of the Virgo supercluster, surrounding the Virgo supercluster are a number of voids, the void of many galaxies. The microscopium void to the north, the Sculptor void, right? So, the matter say even the supercluster and the Virgo supercluster and the little group where it belongs to, these are all galaxies what them are talk about, Now we are talking about some void now, seeing? So, them are talk about the microscopium void to the north, the Sculptor void, seeing, which I think is to the left, the Bootis void to the right, and the Canis Major void to the south. These voids change shape over time, creating filamentous structures of galaxies. You understand? So, you know that little space the way we see more time? And we also the galaxies within and all them weird and all that. Alright, so the Milky Way has several satellite galaxies and is part of a local group of galaxies, right? Which form part of the Virgo supercluster, which is itself a component of the Laniakea supercluster. The disk of gas in the Milky Way, at least, that's also be it. Alright, so what this is showing us, so the Milky Way has several satellite galaxies. Now that means some smaller galaxies. Like how the moon is a galaxy to the earth. Like how the moon is a satellite to the earth, sorry. And so now we have some smaller galaxies around our Milky Way, And we are still a part of a local group, as I mentioned, with about 50. In this local group, it is said that Andromeda is the largest galaxy within this group. And as we tell about this group, now this group is still part of a Virgo supercluster, which is in itself part of a Laniakea supercluster. So you see, this come like how you have your purse in your handbag, and you put your handbag in your suitcase. You want if you understand what I say, family? Or something like that I try to show you. Because the local group is part of the Virgo supercluster, which is itself a component of a Laniakea supercluster, All the thing vast, So we have to understand, family, because even the local group, what they talk about, you have another group same way. You have a bigger group than the local group where them say are just 50 galaxies there in the group there, I don't quite remember it, to be honest, right now. Right? So they talk about, so to the comparison now, the neighboring Andromeda galaxy contains an estimated 1 trillion stars. The Milky Way may also contain perhaps 10 billion white dwarfs, 1 billion neutron stars, and 100 million black holes. Fill in the space, right? So this black hole stop this. So fill in the space between the stars is a disk of gas and dust called interstellar medium. This disk has at least a comparable extent in radius to the stars. So, as them other things were mentioned about white dwarf and neutron stars and black holes, I try to show you now, not only these are the different stars that I tell you about to exist in the Milky Way. Because I try to show you it's not only our sun is a star, yes, but them call it Sol. And why them call it Sol? Them say is because it has planets around it. See? Alright. So the virgin now, them still tell us there's at least, them say between 100 to 400 billion stars in the solars, in our Milky Way galaxy. As I say, it's not all of them are Sol, which have planets. So they might estimate and I say probably at least 100,000 At them. That's why them say probably at least 100,000 planets exist. Because them are trying to show you say probably at least 100,000 of them star there is not white dwarf or neutron star or a black hole. It's a soul. So them don't say all soul, which is like our sun up there, so always have planets around them. It not must have the amount like ours, but it always have planets. And just like how our solar system set up, where who the near and who the far from sun, and who can contain life, or who cannot contain life, or who can contain certain type of life, you know, different from our life, from who can you know what I mean, contain certain other types of life. See me, so we have to look on the whole of that. So when you check the vibration there, you have to see the whole vastness then I say, but wait, this thing is large. Because if my galaxy where me live in and my little solar system are just one little dot, and them tell me say how much other planets and how much other stars will exist. So you gotta tell me say all them 100 billion other planets, right, might exist, right? So even 50 billion to make you feel good then. So 50 billion planets exist out there in our galaxy. And you gotta tell me say I just we one as humans where you see there yourself. In all of this vastness where just look outside of our galaxy right now. Remember me I tell you about other, so this is just a group of galaxies where we in, you know. We're about 50 galaxies in, you know. And them still are tell you about Virgo supercluster, you know. And them still are tell you about Laniakea supercluster, you know. You understand if you understand them I deal with. So you have to see the vastness of galaxies that exist, family. And as I said them, you really mean say, you gotta really think. That's how when you hear me talk, how me talk, it's because of these knowledge that I have. Me never did have to come read it, me could have talk it, but like how me do all the while, but you know what, me know people learn better with, as them say, hieroglyphics, because that's where we are come from. Pictures, we love to see pictures. So as what me I show and I say, checking what me I say, our galaxy in our group of 50 galaxies. And that group still belongs to a group what they call the Virgo supercluster. And them still tell us that back they know, the Virgo supercluster they know, still belongs to a Laniakea supercluster, if I pronounce the name right. So if you see what I try to say, the thing vast, family. So we are come forward now to our solar system now, because we don't want to go too far in space, but we just try to have a mutual understanding and know say common sense and to make we expand our knowledge of things. And as I say, why enough we don't know nothing, we're busy, I try jingle somebody, we're busy, I try go around somebody, we're busy, I try go do 10 more subject for turn manager, we're busy, I try do everything else for deal with material. But all we do the spiritual, we not pray nothing like it. And this a part of the spiritual vibration same way. You have to remember that. Yeah, man. You see, what happened in a family? These guys, you know, we have all this knowledge about we, you know, and not teach with this, you know. Them know why them not teach with these things, you know. Because the whole thing connect, you know. That is why when you're born, until your birthday, them tell you say, well, you're Sagittarius, like myself. Or them tell you say, well, you're Pisces, you know. Or them tell you say you're Taurus or what have you. Because that's the position where the planet was in when you were born during that period of say 29, 30 days. The earth remain within that sector there. The sun itself now is a different thing. The sun take I think a 2,160 years. I must have it right, but we know a 2,000 odd years the sun take for move through each. That's why like right now we're in at the age of Pisces. right next door to Aries, to Aquarius, sorry. With the right next door, if we're not there right now, to Aquarius, the age of knowing. That's why you see all this knowledge where you see a bust out na people. But as I mentioned, not for we are use it for go get a higher degree. We not use it to try find out things like these. So the system can't trick we. We want a higher degree. We want more paycheck. We want bigger house. We want bigger car. We want just that material. And that's the trick there. A lot of time within the astrology vibration, these guys keep events. Seeing? You see me I say at certain special time, you know, Super Bowl and all them things, them know how to transmit them energy. Them know the whole of the science there. Me I read an article in our day when them tell us say when the 9/11 thing did go on, them guys were up in a space. Seeing? Them say them see like them did have the machine a view the thing in a sense, like not say eye view, you know. That them camera pick up. Them say when the 9/11 event they go on, them say this big like this massive burst of energy just happen upon earth. And them could have picked it up through like probably they call it an infrared mechanism where them did have a view the whole thing from up at the space station there. So they might try to show you so everybody they get affected by this and frightened by this vibration. You know them way there. All this energy give off. Who you think suck up the energy there? Who you think suck up them the frightening energy there? That's some little demons, man. What you think about 9/11? What you think about that date there? If you check in our history, the amount of other events that happen on that date there, you see say it's not a normal date. These guys keep check even them election thing every 4 years. You know there's a science within that. You understand me? Them know them and do. Them know the thing. We not know nothing. We ain't gonna know say when we born Sagittarius, we listen horoscope on radio, I go read it in a Gleaner and try to gain material off it same way. Cause that's it all about. You go read horoscope to know what to do, to see if you go lucky and and blah blah blah. Nothing about spirituality. And that's it all about. That is why you hear a man say, this a man stay this away, we born this a month, yeah. Pisces man stay this away, yeah. Taurus woman stay this away, yeah. Gemini man stay this away, yeah. Because of different energy, frequency and vibration what did that transmit to earth at that time there, to the position. These guys know everything, family, and we don't know nothing. We dey on internet and watch foolishness. I want if you sit down and listen 1 hour, what a good reasoning. We not go on like it's a problem. I want to know. It's alright. At the duty me I carry out. Me go carry out the duty. Up to the item if you no want to follow it up. Family, so we have to just understand all of them things, the family. It's simple and it's serious for we know. It is important for know all of these informations. So scientists speak of stellar evolution when talking about the birth, life and death of stars. The lifetime of individual stars is way too long for humans to observe the evolution of a single star. That's something that take millions and millions of years. So how do scientists study stellar evolution? This is possible as there are so many stars in our galaxy, so we can see lots of them at different stages of their lives. You understand? So what am I trying to show you now, say, cause you know people are going to say then they know them know this and how them know that. Them know. You know? Even though and like when the Dogon tribe did know how much thousands of years ago and never have no telescope. You understand? These ones know. Because as well the man I show you said them study things and study the different vibrations we are going within the solar system. So them can use that now to see a pattern. A man never sit down and look on a woman belly or look inside our belly for the whole 9 month process, 9 months for process. But him can view 1 month belly, 2 month belly, 3 month belly, and see the process or something like that go on. Yeah, man, we have to understand them things, your family. So, as them say, the process of a star dying is like reincarnation. A star never really dies, but rather, the material sticks around and create other formations in space. Astronomers have formed only theories about what eventually happened to stars because the Earth's universe is still very young. One main point of a star's life is to achieve equilibrium or stability, and once this happens, the star begins to transform once more. Seeing? So everything has stages, New stars are born in dense clouds of gas and dust that are found in most galaxies. Our own Milky Way forms about one new star every year. Stars are made of very hot gas. This gas is mostly hydrogen and helium, which are the two lightest elements. Stars shine by burning hydrogen into helium in their cores, and later in their lives create heavier elements. Alright? Cool. So, life cycle of a star now, family. We're going at this now. So, the first thing we say, nebula, stellar nebula. This is a process now where when the helium and hydrogen are mixed up and I go through them evolution, them say I suppose about 50 million worth of years worth of sitting that go on there so until the average star was born. But what happened in another process there now? The hydrogen and helium now, which are two, you'd call it ingredients from an exploding star. We're going to a supernova. Like for an average star, when it goes in a supernova, it's either it becomes a white dwarf or when it implodes, it becomes a white dwarf. If it explodes, it'll go shed more hydrogen and helium, which are like eggs. You understand? Which are going to be these whole material, even other elements that too, but them they're the main material, which are the building block for any sun. You understand me? I did, and also other life forms same way. So after this a stellar nebula we go on here, so now family, that's what we say. Hydrogen and helium. This is how the hydrogen and helium comes back out. Seeing? The helium becomes the sun, the average sun, where we see up there, so. Helios, same thing. The massive star is the hydrogen that now becomes the massive star. Then now it'll show you the process where them go through within them billions of years, because them say our sun are 4.6 billion, 4.7. Earth are 4.6. Seeing? And them say by say the next say 5 billion years, we're supposed to look for going a supernova. Seeing? So when a supernova that happens now, seeing what gonna happen is that this our sun are gonna either become a white dwarf or it go shed more hydrogen and helium, which are building blocks for create more suns, more stars. Seeing? The massive star down here, so now when him go through film process and go through film supernova, seeing that, right? At the same thing as the planetary nebula up there, so when him go through film supernova now, he might go either become a neutron star or might become a black hole. Like a next little lane that cut out there, so now we're not telling me view black hole, You understand? So this is the life cycle of a star, family. There is no one. That is why this massive star now would represent this planet X for the item here me talk about. Not even only I, other people. This nemesis. This is proof for sure say it actually exists. Because when this stellar nebula vibration, I'm going to show you pictures and break it down. But after the stellar nebula, remember, two stars come out tight, so them show you there. And them show you the vibration where them go through, and at the end of them cycle, what happens. Okay? So you can pause it and pray it. Alright, cool. Right, so we're going to take in the next clippings you now, seeing, cause I saw it going up family. The graphics help with the reasoning too, you know. Alright, so this is a little 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. 9 pictures of, I call it 9 stages of what? From the hydrogen and the helium link up. This is the stellar nebula. But as though them just showing a picture, them just say stellar nebula, but them not tell you what go on within the stellar nebula there. So me I show you what go on within the stellar nebula now. See? What happened within the stellar nebula now? Right? First picture, top left. 2 binary stars are caught up. 2 normal stars, that's what them say, are caught up in a binary pair. See? So, what they mean by that now? The hydrogen and helium. See? Them little particles, they are star fragments, same way, a stardust, them. So, them just call them star, same way. But it's not a full star. So, them 2 fragments are now, hydrogen and helium, start the vibration. Alright? The second picture now I show you say the most massive star becomes a giant, which spills, and the other picture say which spills gas into the secondary star, causing it to engulf and causing it to enlarge, to expand, I should say, and become engulfed. Alright. Below that now, the orange one now you see 2 dot them in it. It has said now the secondary lighter star and the core of the giant star spiral within a common envelope. The common envelope is ejected while the separation between the core and the secondary star decreases. And the final picture now I say the remaining core of the giant collapses and becomes a white dwarf. The remaining core of the giant collapses and becomes a white dwarf. Now, as of them show you, so we're going as now, seeing the process start. One of them becomes giant and starts spill gas in the other one. Then now, them go through one vibration and them go through one evolution in a common envelope, right? And them tell you say the common envelope gets ejected away while the separation between the core and the secondary star decreases, right? The remaining core of the giant collapses and becomes a white dwarf. So that at the first stage of a star, you know, it becomes a white dwarf. See? As I tell you, even when it go in a supernova, you understand, at the end of its life and it go in a supernova, if it's that implosion, it will become a white dwarf. If it's an explosion, it will shed more elements to create more stars. Alright, so we'll go to the next clipping now. So this next clipping I know I say, as I read the top 3 already, seen, come and tell you it become the white dwarf. So the next clipping now I say, long at the forward now, the aging companion star starts swelling. Right? The aging companion star starts swelling, spilling gas into the white dwarf. Right? The white dwarf, right, reaches a mass. Right? The white dwarf reaches mass increase until it explodes. Right? So the white dwarf, we can see the white dwarf mass. Okay, sorry. So the white dwarf's mass increases until it reaches a critical mass and explodes. So that's the middle picture where you see with the star looking white like that. And the last one now say causing the companion star to be ejected away. Seeing? So the aging companion star starts swelling, spilling gas into the white dwarf. The white dwarf mass increases until it reaches a critical mass and explodes. Supernova go on this now, Big Bang same way, causing the companion star to be ejected away. So I'm going to reason about this now, alright. So, what this whole little clippings here now are showing a family is the whole, what they call now, that whole stellar nebula process we're going after the supernova, you know. You understand? So this is the stellar nebula process when the hydrogen, because I will tell you, when the star explode, that's what the man them tell you, elements them the blow gone away more than them remain in the universe for further use. This is when the further use now require. So as with the top first picture now I show you now, this is when two elements now out of the further use, so to speak, which are hydrogen and helium, caught up in a gravitational vibration and them start do them thing. Because them get ignited by some form of energy or something. So when that start now, when the processes start now, which is what we are seeing in our picture, I come right down to the last one. Seeing this process now would that be when you go say research about planet and creation of a solar system. Them will show you a picture says stellar nebula. Some will show you say this is what happens within a stellar nebula. You understand? So when them kick off, one starts spill gas in a one first, then him reach a critical mass, him explode, then the other one start swell and start spill gas. Cause the first one where become the white star, him did start swell first, you know. And a spill gas now the other one, you know. Till them start going a common envelope, till them come out of that. Seeing? And then the white dwarf born. Then the other star now, him start swell now. You know, see it? And start spill gas forward now inna the white dwarf. And it'll come like when you catch some water in a buckle. And when it full, you just have to lock off the pipe. So that go on now, when it reach a critical mass now, as what you see in the middle picture, down at the bottom now, that when the supernova go on now, it reach its critical mass, it collect enough energy. So him say, boom, supernova. And as what them say, the companion star get ejected away. And as what we're going to read now, what happening in a supernova, them not tell us that this companion star did that help it get ejected away, you know, the same companion star where two of them did their work, as we see from the top picture, you know. These two elements then we call it, you know. Seeing? Him not tell us that the two of them becomes a star, one is a red giant and one is an average star, you know. No, them not tell you that. They want to tell us it get ejected away in a one story. As I tell us even this picture is not an easy to find picture. Me have this over 5 years. So when they ejected away one as in the last corner picture now, that is when now even, it's like when the sun burn out of the shell, as you see the light that flash there, it burn out of the shell now. So the fragments, the shell casing where it was in, and those now get leak out now, you have to say, in the universe within a radius, right? Them get caught up within the sun's gravitational field. Seeing? Them start all that era there. And then now, on top of that now, them start for the bigger rocks them start clump. The smaller rocks them I should say start clump to the bigger rocks them. Right? And this whole planetary nebula vibration are going now. You see me I deal with that are going right now, that are going right now. So in that whole mixture that we are going, planets are farm. Planets are farm, planets are farm. Who a get lick up, who for come out of way, who for fix himself. Watch your foot, move, me I come. A some planets are work. Everything I rotate around the sun, you know. And then now, when that cool down now, that I when now the planets them ready. When the planetary nebula they cool down, all them dust and gases and rocks and asteroids and meteorites, what did that circle the sun when it just born? Them say like say that say after a period of time, when that cool down now, how much millions of years, planets now, everybody in them rightful position. Everybody are rotate around the sun in a order. And then the companion star him the way out. Gone at the Orion for forward. Him up on an elliptical orbit, which is like an egg shape, an oval shape orbit, not a circular orbit. You understand? So we have to understand that, and this is what them call the nemesis, the planet X is still part of our solar system. But as I said, it's not a planet X video still. So we're gonna move on. We're going to get that process there, you know. So what's left after a supernova? So I kind of, let me just kind of explain. But as I say, them now, them not gonna explain the nebula what happen within. So what them say left after supernova, the outer layers of the star are propelled into space by the expanding shock wave, creating a supernova remnant, right? A type of nebula. Remember me tell you about planetary nebula? Alright. So this material is now available to be recycled into other star, planet, or possibly eventually a life form billions of years down the road. Alright. I'll show you what this I say now. As I just explained in the whole video, right? The material say after a supernova, the remnant dead, seen, ready to be recycled into another star, planet, or possibly eventually life form. So, you see they mention star first. So that's what you know, say, as me just show you in the picture that start now. We just show you when that process they start. To create another star. Just as what this clip in here show you, so that material after supernova, it creates stars, planets, and other life form. So the picture me just show you and explain, that is when now creation start again now of another star. It at the picture me just show you. And I eat this now, this writing here I say. Come on, I love writing. Alright, next one now. Alright, so the main sequence stars now. So them say a star the size of our sun requires about 50 million years to mature from the beginning of the collapse to adulthood. Our sun will stay in this mature phase, right, for approximately 10 billion years. Right, they might talk about picture was shown, but me not have the picture. So as we sorry, as we try explain us now, the size of our sun, like about our size, so I say there are different sizes, you know. Just like even our galaxy, which is a big black sun, that is a different size, it take different time. It wouldn't take like 50 million years, probably more, probably billions. So, as the matter, the star, the size of our sun requires about 50 million years to mature from the beginning of the collapse to adulthood. So this would be like the same thing we just too long talk about. You understand? The nebula the way did I go through. The much I will show yourself from the stellar nebula start. Right? From the collapse, go on, and the stellar nebula start to the mature, that when it ripe and born, is about 50 million years. So if you see what I go on. Stars are fueled by the nuclear fusion of hydrogen to form helium deep in their interiors. The outflow of energy from the central regions of the star provides the pressure necessary to keep the star from collapsing under its own weight and the energy by which it shines. You see that? Nuclear fusion, nuclear bomb. You see where it come from though? So it shows the outflow of energy from the central region of the star provides the pressure necessary to keep the star from collapsing under its own weight and energy by which it shines. It will like our Earth will have like, you say, a magnetic field around it. You know them way there? We protect it from the same sun to where I talk about when we just try to get over standing a while go on here, so. Alright, next clip now. Alright, so this clip you know what said the formation and the evolution of the solar system began 4.5 billion years ago with the gravitational collapse of a small part of a giant molecular cloud. At the same thing we just explained about. Most of the collapsing mass collected in the center, forming the sun. Alright. While the rest flattened into a protoplanetary disk, out of which the planets, moons, asteroids, and other small solar systems formed. So, what this I show you now, say family. As I hear them always say 4.5 years. The Earth is 4.5 billion years. So, even them church, them Bible story interpret wrong. It's not wrong, but it interpret wrong. Come I go do all a video about that. And you must say 4.5 billion years ago, the same gravitational collapse, the same stellar nebula vibration there, giant molecular cloud, and the sun form, and they must know the rest flan into a protoplanetary disks, out of which the planets, moon, and asteroids and other small solar system bodies form. So just as I just say, when the planetary nebula start now, after the stellar nebula, the planetary nebula will start now, will intercreate now. It now start create the planets, as we hear me say, and other small things, moons and everything. We're in our solar system now, everything create out of that. What left over out there afloat. Things out of the asteroid belt same way. We have things out of the Kuiper belt same way. Them things come like some little protective thing around way, So I really the vibes are now family we have to overstand say all this thing are set up and how them teach you this thing how it go. No lie, we see say it couldn't go so family. And you see from you is a person who interested to know. If you just relax and alright with the blue pill, cool. But if you want know what go on, you have to do your research and find out, and then common sense and make it so easy for you, see. You understand me I did because in a reality, you go one class at school and them teach you religious education and them tell you about 7-day story. And by you go a science class, them a teach about 4.5 billion years and evolution. So you see the confusion though. But as me always say, for who listen my videos over the years, they are them know me always say, all these subjects where you see them split up. You understand? A one something. When you talk about the ancient Bible and the ancient scrolls or the ancient books or whatever no one call it, it have all them compilation there. Physics, chemistry, biology, science, religious studies, everything involved. Mathematics, English, everything like you see in the Ethiopian book, Bible, where we have the most ancient Bible. Everything like that in it compact. And how them split it up in a for them new world. And some of them friend take this, some of them friend take that. And I confuse themselves. Because they teach completely different things. But we don't notice. We busy. Just want pass. Because so the thing set up. You know what I mean? It's just simple. We're not even pre the subjects them are nothing with them are teach and I wonder why. Oh, they must tell me about be a white man. And I be a wicked white man. Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Christopher Columbus. Oh, they must tell you about them a quote all the while like say are the best thing them on the planet. And I be a killer them. Henry Morgan. For them heroes. Some little punk. So we have to understand this thing, family. So I just try to show you say at the earth we are come to know, As how you see me showing at this picture, Earth we are come to. But I try to show you the whole process they were going. Even when them not mention, they mention it right you saw in a certain things, and then you go up on a different page, you now find certain things. That's why I have to try to get all the information and put it together. If me tell a man say me I do that video from this morning, me rise up early, do me little work in my yard, and me start do that video say about 8 o'clock. Right? And at 5:44 right now, me look on my tablet a while ago, family. So, when me put out them effort, I have to do things, man, just for me know what I go on already, But me I say, me know enough of the eye them busy with doing a little job and thing. I don't have no time for pre certain things. And me just try to get this information together where the eye them can pre it. Have a better understanding and I say, okay, the whole of our brains turn up right now, But as I say, we are use the turn up to achieve bachelor degrees, to achieve a bigger paycheck. to make a bigger house and have a better car. That is how we are pray. And if you use that same energy there, where we can go for the bachelor degree and pre-creation, pre-life, pre-yourself, pre-how you create. You could have saved yourself a lot of doctor bill. You know? Pre-yourself and know what good for you and what not good for you. Just like how me I try to pre the whole, makeup of the universe, the solar system, and earth same way that's me can't show the eye them. Because when I say the eye them busy but me can't do it. And as I see time when me I tell you, because guess what? Sometimes I do the video and make a mistake, I have to do it over. I have to wipe out back the audio, do it over. Take out some pictures, fix it up good, that's the eye them can overstand it and watch it and feel good. Seeing, so me now make it go too long, seeing, and me give thanks to the eye them if you no live out to yourself, and me hope the eye them learn something. So when me stop off now, me start and show you when the solar system start create till when the planets them come into existence. So we are going at the planet now vibration in the next reasoning. Because we now make this too long seeing. So love and light and energies, give thanks to life, give thanks to the source. And as always, family, as I always emphasize, do not own personal research, and broaden the meditation. Seeing, take care of yourself, Rastafari.